Tank Davis, let Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.
Bro, I can't believe Bill Haney got up there on True Media and got his ass rotisserie, fried, cooked, baked by Brian Harmon singing like that. Had him all in his feelings, had him all emotional, had him all tight.
Bill to call back and apologize. Let's react to some more updates for Brian Norman Sr. and Bill Haney's back and forth, as well as the potential fight between Brian Norman Jr. and Devin the Dream Haney. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. We live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. Also live Sunday mornings with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. Email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Let's get it cracking though. So, a couple things I want to say. First of all, I apologize for last night, y'all. Usually, we don't have them type of technical difficulties, but I kept getting kicked off the stream. Internet kept tripping. I kept going on the mute. It kept saying my microphone wasn't reading when I know my microphone was plugged in. There's a whole lot of issues with my port, but I got a new port. Tested everything this morning. I think everything's fixed. I think we're good to go. But first, I apologize for the technical difficulties. Y'all know that ain't how we roll over here on Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and that ain't what we do. So, my apologies for messing up the stream last night, having to end it early, and I appreciate y'all's support. But on this video, I'm gonna go over the stuff that I was gonna go over in the live stream, so that way I can get this content out to y'all. Y'all can get my thoughts on it, because some big stuff happened. So, what I want to focus in on is Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. quote unquote verbally agreed to fight. Secondly, I want to talk about the back and forth between Brian Norman Sr. and Bill Haney. Now, as I said yesterday, bro, it's a lot of red flags for Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. before I just jump all in and believe it. But I do want to say, as I said in my other previous two videos, if Devin Haney do fight Brian Norman Jr., he deserves a lot of credit for that. It's a difficult fight for him. It's a tough fight. He'd be fighting the best fighter in the division, in my opinion. And so you got to give credit to that. No fan of Devin, no fan of Bill, but that would deserve some credit. I don't believe it though, for a few reasons. The environment surrounding it, and Devin Haney's MO. And I'll explain to you what I mean. Number one, the environment surrounding it. The only people out here really pressing the gas on this is Brian Norman Sr. and Bill Haney. And as I said before, these are two cap artists. These are two dudes that'll do anything to keep their sons relevant with clout. Brian Norman Sr. successfully had his son attached to Jerome Boots Ennis, but that's lost legs since Boots left the division. Bill Haney successfully had his son attached to Tank Davis, successfully had his son attached to Ryan Garcia, but now with Devin Haney eating his way out of the smaller divisions and now coming up to welterweight, and Ryan Garcia having his thing where he's got some BS going on, they need somebody to successfully attach their sons to keep people talking about their sons. So there's always something in the back of my mind that thinks this is all smoke and mirrors, because when have we ever seen YouTube negotiations to work? When have we ever seen YouTube negotiations to work, bro? They hardly ever work. They haven't worked since I started my channel. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but I don't like that. Also, where's Riyadh season and all this? Turkey putting up the money, Turkey doing this, Turkey doing that. Why ain't Turkey talking about this shit? Devin Haney and Bill Haney always seem to have something on the table with Turkey that Turkey don't talk about. It always happens, bro. I don't believe that Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. can verbally agree to fight. Everything's agreed to verbally. And Turkey allows the boxing voice. True media. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother, BFTB, but allows YouTube channels like that to be the ones to announce it, bro. I don't believe that. I don't believe he would do that. His ego is too big. His pride is too much. And I think if he had something like that in the works, he would want to be the one to announce it, bro. Look at Bud and Canelo. That interview that they did with Shaq and Tom Brady. Those were two interviews. That interview was done months ago when they had the fight done before they ever announced it to us. He made them keep it under wraps. But now I'm supposed to believe that this fight, he'll just let them go all wild, wild west on social media. I don't believe it, bro. Again, I hope I'm wrong. Hope the fight does happen. We'll see. And the other thing surrounding it is that verbally agreed shit, bro. I remember when Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence had verbally agreed. I remember when Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence had agreed to everything in principle. I remember when all the material terms were agreed to between Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. I remember that. And then Terrence Crawford went on to fight David Avenige. I don't do the verbally agreed shit no more, y'all. I don't get excited behind that. So that's another thing. The other thing about MO, or the other thing surrounding this fight, is the back and forth between Bill Haney and Brian Norman Sr. Brian Norman Sr. exposed that Bill Haney was trying to look for a way out of this fight for his son, bro. They don't really want this fight. This is all a clout game. Brian Norman Sr. was able to expose that Bill Haney called Tay Jones. For those of y'all who don't know who Tay Jones is, he's part of Team Deontay Wilder. He inspected Tyson Fury's gloves in the third fight. He's somebody who Devin Haney fans love, because a lot of Devin Haney fans and content creators love him some Deontay Wilder. Even though I don't know if they love Deontay Wilder, because he got a fight this weekend that ain't none of them talking about. I guess his name ain't popping no more. Y'all use him for what you can use him for, and then now y'all don't talk about him no more. But whatever. Anyway, he's part of that team. And because he was part of that team, he go by all the Deontay Wilder channels. They swear by his integrity. He's somebody I look forward to talking to. He's somebody, if he stepped in the chat and say, what's up to any of them? Oh, my brother Tay. What's up, Tay Jones? My brother Tay. So they was all on his nuts for a long time. Well, that same Tay Jones got a phone call from Bill Haney asking him to dead the fight and telling him that they didn't even really want to fight Brian Norman Jr. That Brian Norman Jr. is messing up their brand. He said that live on the phone with Bill Haney and Brian Norman Sr. right there for everybody to hear. And Bill Haney said absolutely nothing about it. He just got mad, got pissed off, started talking about Brian Norman Sr. mama, asking Tay Jones to talk about Jerome Boots Ennis, say the whole conversation. He never one time denied that he told Tay Jones that shit. Now, I haven't seen one Devin Haney content creator speak on that yet. So that's another thing surrounding this fight. Oh, they verbally agreed. Oh, Devin looking for Brian. Oh, they saying the fight is done. Oh, they both passing back contracts. Well, Bill Haney already was looking for a way out of this fight. There's another thing surrounding this verbal agreement. Smoke and mirrors, in my opinion, bro. Last but not least, bro, the MO of the Haneys, bro. This don't fit the criteria of the fighters that they fight, bro. They don't fight fighters younger than them. They don't fight fighters in their prime like that, bro. They don't fight fighters coming off of the type of performance that Brian Norman Jr. is coming off of. So I don't believe this shit, bro. Jorge Linares coming off of multiple losses. Yuriorkis Gamboa coming off of multiple losses. JoJo Diaz coming up in weight, coming off of a draw with Rachmanov, coming off of a tough fight with a past his prime, Javier Fortuna, coming up in weight. I only had one fight in the weight class, bro. Vasily Lomachenko, mid-30s, coming off of looking like shit against Jermaine Ortiz. A lot of people felt like Jermaine Ortiz won that fight. Regis Prograis, mid-30s, coming off of a trash-ass performance against Zorilla. Trash-ass performance against Zorilla. Fights Regis Prograis. Jose Ramirez, coming off of a loss. Mid-30s. Mid-30s, coming off of a loss. Fought him. The only time I can remember Devin fighting anybody in their prime was that Ryan Garcia fight, bro. It's the only time. It's the only time. George Kambosos, coming off of multiple split decision victories, and everybody know he always been trash, bro. Like, 24-year-old, heavy-handed, athletic, black fighter coming off of a knockout of the year so far this year. Y'all want me to believe Devin and Bill about to get in the ring with him? Nah, that don't fit the MO, bro. That don't fit the MO. I don't believe it. I smell smoke and mirrors. And it ain't that I smell it. I saw smoke and mirrors with Bill Haney and Brian Norman Sr.'s back and forth, bro. I saw it. I saw Bill Haney agitated, upset, exposed, emotional. Had nothing to say, so he resorted to name calling because he was looking for a way out of this fight. The other thing is, Brian Norman Sr. said, hey, we got approached first. They made sure we was cool with it. Then they reached out to Devin and them to see what's up. Bill Haney also didn't refute that. So all this, Bill was looking for them. Bill sent the offer. Devin was looking for them. Devin sent the offer. Turkey talked to Top Rank first. Talked to Brian Norman first. Said, yeah, we want that fight. What's up? Then he made a play for Devin, according to Brian Norman Sr. And he said that while Bill was right there, and Bill didn't refute nothing. Bill didn't refute nothing. He didn't refute that he looked for a way out the fight for his son, and that Brian Norman was messing up their brain. And he didn't refute that actually Brian Norman and them were approached first, and then Turkey approached them, exposing that they never sent Brian Norman an offer, bro. Too much bullshit in the game, y'all, for me to believe this, man. Too many circumstances surrounding it that point the other way. But I'll end the video with this again, bro. If it is true, if Devin truly goes through with fighting Brian Norman Jr. in his next fight, coming off of the Ryan Garcia shit and coming off of how he looked against Jose Ramirez, he deserves all the credit in the world. But I don't believe it, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. And once again, I apologize for the technical difficulties last night. I hate I had to end the live stream early. We're going to make it up to y'all. See y'all soon. We out of here. Javante Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.